Good night, everyone. Welcome to English for Everyone. I am Teacher Lawrence, here again with our English for Everyone. English is a very important language. It is also an interesting one that is used worldwide, a language that I enjoy doing. And I'm sure at the end, you will also enjoy doing it. I'm just going to remind us of some of the things that we have been doing on this platform. English language, the easiest way to remember is that English language is mainly divided into 5 categories, or 5 parts, or 5 sections, so that we can appreciate the language. 1, it includes vocabulary, and that has to do with words. The wider the words you know, the more words you know, the better you'll be able to write. Vocabulary include prefixes, suffixes, synonyms, antonyms, and all of those. Then spelling. In English language, we have many spelling rules. Some words you have to memorize them. Some of them you have to be able to break them up in syllables. Then you have grammar, which poses a lot of problem for many people. Then reading comprehension and creative writing. So when you're able to master English, all these areas, then you should be a good writer, because the aim of this platform is for you to become a good writer. I enjoy writing stories, factual essays, anything to do with writing. I enjoy doing it. And the aim of these classes is for you to write. Remember, writing is not just about grammar or spelling or vocabulary, but it's about ideas, how you use your imagination, how you're able to think up things and put them on paper, and so that you can get an audience to read what you write. And nothing is more important, nothing happens to feel better or to feel so good than when you can write something for yourself. And especially if you use the writing process and you have been writing for a while, go back and you look, say, wait, really? I wrote this? So writing makes you feel good about yourself. So the aim of this class is for you to become a better writer. Now on Wednesday, I'll be back on. But I won't be doing grammar. I'll be working on the creative writing, so we'll be starting at sentences. We'll be looking at the different types of sentences and how you can improve your writing by being able to write better sentences. I have compiled a list or a number of sentences, different ways you can write your sentence. The ordinary way of writing sentences is subject, verb, object. But I have at least 50 ways that we can look at. We won't be able to do all of them, but I might be able to post ways of writing our sentences to make them better. So on Wednesday, I'll be back, but this time I'll be looking at creative writing, starting with sentences. As I said, I'll be back and forth between the grammar, the vocabulary, the spelling, and the comprehension, right? So it's all about English language. So welcome again. And today, last time I told you that we'll be looking at the 3 types of verbs. 3 types of verbs. Now, verbs is one of the parts of speech, but it is not only just a part of speech. It is the engine of the sentence. Every sentence must include a verb. A verb should be in all the sentences that we make. Even if you see a sentence and it says stop, run, that is a sentence, that is a verb. So every sentence must include a verb. It is not possible for you to write a sentence that doesn't include a verb. So verbs are very important. Now, I am sure most of you would agree with me if I say you like to watch action movies. Why do you like to watch action movies? Because they use a lot of action in it. Verbs again. Verbs, especially action verbs. They make your story, they make the movie interesting. And so verbs is one of the parts of speech that if you can use verbs effectively, then your writing will be much better. So we're going to be speaking about verbs this evening. Verbs. So your attention to the board. English for everyone, verbs. You have action verbs, you have linking verbs, and you have helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. Right? Helping verbs. So 3 types of verbs. Action verbs, linking verbs, helping verb, or auxiliary verbs, we call them, instead of helping verb. And these are the engine of sentences. They are so important, just like our car, and they have the engine, important, very important. You can't drive a car without an engine. You cannot write without verbs. You cannot make sentences without verb. They are an integral part of writing, and so we have to master this part of speech. Now, you have action verb, and these action verbs are, just a minute. Sorry about that. All right, these verbs are action verbs, and they are physical, can be physical. Physical meaning that you jump, walk, skip, clap, action. But you can also have verbs that are not physical. They can be mental. You can be thinking about something, so it can be a mental verb as well. But we are mostly going to be focusing on the physical verbs. Action, jumping and the walking and the dancing and the all moving and all these verbs, action. So what are action verbs? Right? They show what the subject does. And what is the subject of a sentence? Who or what the sentence is about. Who or what the sentence is about. That's the subject of a sentence. It can be about an animal. It can be about a person. It can be about an object. So who or what the sentence is about is the subject. And later on we'll be looking at subject and verb agreements. The subject. So we're looking at the subject. So action verbs show what the subject does. All right? Milton jumps. Who is that sentence referring to? Milton. Milton talks. Milton smiles. So it is Milton. So action verbs are action, as I said, movement, doing something. Then we have, and these are run, jump, dance, skip. These are action verbs. Then we have linking verbs. Now, listen to this sentence. I am a boy. I am a boy. That's the subject. What is the verb in that sentence? Am. But is it doing an action? No. So these sentences these verbs that are called linking verb, they are not action verb. They are not doing anything, but they give more information. They give more information about the subject. All right, they help the rest of the sentence. They help the rest of the subject for you to see what it's all about. It tells what it's all about. It makes a connection. So you have I am a boy. So you have the I, and you have boy at the end, and you have in between I am a boy, the am. So it connects the subject and the object, so to speak. So we see that these words are not action, they only link. So you have some of the common linking verbs, like am, Mary is my friend, not action, is a linking verb. She was at the party, she was at the party, was, we were playing a game, it seemed to be getting late, or it seemed like we'll be late. I want to become a doctor, and the one appear. She appears on the television, or she appears on the, or appeared on the television last night if it's past tense or present tense. She appears, or it appears that we'll all be late for work or school. So these words are helping, they are linking verbs. They are not action, they are linking. They are telling us more about the sentence. All right? Now you will notice that a linking verb and helping verbs, they are the same. They can be the same, but they are performing two different functions. Linking verbs and helping verbs can be the same. Was and were, is, and all of those. You can have the same am, you can have the same as, but they are performing two different functions. The linking verb link the sentence, connect parts of the sentence. But the helping verb works with another verb. It cannot work by itself. So helping verb cannot work by themselves. Helping verbs cannot work by themselves. Example, am, is, has, have, had, been, being, or be. These are helping verbs, so you cannot have them working by themselves. She was working in the yard. Mary was working in the yard. Mary was working in the yard. So you look for the helping verb, and then you have working. There is a verb, continuous, working. Mary was, past continuous tense. Mary was working in the yard. Was. So a helping verb must function with a main verb, with a main action verb. It cannot work by itself, and it always most time comes before. Not all the time, but become before. But most time it comes before. So helping verb, as the word says, it helps the verb. It helps. It helps the verb, the main verb. Help it. And so, let us run them again. Let us go back. There are three types of verbs. Action verbs, actions, clap, wave, action verbs. Then you have, and these, Marlon jumps on the mat, jumps on the bench, jumps, so, or walk. You can have Karen and Lincoln walk to school every morning. Karen and Lincoln walk to school every morning. So that's action. Then you have the linking verb, these connect parts of the sentence. I am a girl, I am a boy. She was riding her bicycle. That's a helping verb. She was at the party. She was at school. We were at tennis. So these are linking verbs. They connect the subject with the end part of the sentence. These are connecting words. They help to connect the sentence. They give us more information. Then we have helping verbs. These cannot function by themselves. They help the verb, the main verb, they help the main verb in the sentence or the sentences. And so if we know those, we can do an activity now. So action verb, linking verb, and I said the same linking verb can be the same helping verb, but they are performing two different functions. All right. Verbs are very important in writing, in speaking, because you have to know if the subject is one, singular, one, the subject is one, then the verb would have to be one. More than one, then the subject the verb would have to be more than one. All right, so you're going to do two things. I'm going to write the sentence, and you're going to tell if it's a action verb, and you're going to also tell the type. You're going to identify the verb, and you're going to tell if it's an action verb, a linking verb, or helping verb. 1. She runs every morning. And you put your full stop. Once you're writing a sentence, every sentence must end in a full stop. He is tired after the long walk. He is tired after the long walk. Put your full stop there. 3. They have eaten their lunch. They have eaten their lunch. And as I go along and I see little things, I'm going to bring it to your attention. This there means their long, belonging to them. This there tend to give problem. T-H-E-I-R and T-H-E-R-E. All right? All right. This one now, number 4. The flowers smells. The flowers smell sweet. The flowers, S is there already, so you can't have 2 S in the sentence. When the subject is plural, then this don't carry a S. I'll explain that more to you. I'll explain that to you later on. The flowers smell sweet. Right? And number 5, I can swim in the pool. In the pool. Full stop. Need to put a full stop at the end of every sentence. Now let's look at the first one and let me hear what you have or what I won't hear it, but you can speak it to yourself. She runs every morning. What's the verb in that? And that is runs. She runs one person. When the verb has an S on it, it means one person. When the verb has an S on it, it means one person or one thing it's referring to. But when the verb has no S on it, it means more than one. And we're going to be looking at all of those as we go along. The next one, he is tired. What's the verb in this? All right, so she runs every morning. Runs. What kind of verb is that? Action. You have the action verb. Good. Now this one, he is tired after the long walk. What is that is now? Is it, you know, right? Because I told you already that it would have to be a linking or a helping. Have to be a linking verb or a helping verb. Is that a linking verb or a helping verb? It is a linking because there is no main verb after it. So this one is linking. All right, next one. They have eaten their lunch. What is how many verbs are there in that sentence? You have two, have and eaten. They have. So have there is operating as a helping verb to the main verb, eaten. So have eaten. So this is helping verb. So have, helping verb. Then the flowers smell. The flowers smell. What kind of verb is in this one? What is the verb? Is it the flowers smell or sweet? Which one? It is smell. Smell is a verb, but it's not an action verb, so it has to be a linking verb. All right, this one. I can swim in the pool. What's the verb in that sentence? What is the verb in that sentence? You have two, you have a helping verb here and the main verb. So the can is a helping and the main verb. This is the one that they are focusing on, so helping. That's a helping verb. All right, we're going to activity 2 now. All right, activity 2. We are going to try and see if we can fix this one out. I'm going to give you some words and we're going to fill in the blanks. Some words and we're going to fill in the blanks. We are going to fill in the blanks. All right. So the word, let me put the word bank, word bank, word bank. In the word bank, we're going to have jump, jump, as, appear, and the next one is think, and the next are and can. Now while I'm writing, you try and figure them out. Sentence 1, I dash, very excited about the trip. Full stop. 2, they dash, where the dash is, a word from the bank, the word bank should go there. The exams, full stop. All right, 3. The magician, amazing, tricks. Okay, 4. She dash very intelligent. The next one, number 5. We dash play football in the park. Full stop. All right, let's see what we have there now. Number 1, I very excited about the trip. What could we put in that one? I am. Good. If you have that one, I am very excited about the trip. Number 2, this should be the. They dash studying for their exams. So they, if you have the word are, and this are is a helping verb, studying. This one is a linking verb. There is no main verb there. So this one, they are studying. They have a main verb. So this one is a helping verb. Sorry, this one is a linking verb. Sorry. This is a helping verb because there is a main verb. This one is a linking verb because there's no main verb. But the second one here, they are. This one is a helping verb. It is helping the word studying. Then number 3, the magician dash amazing tricks. Now you have amazing trick. It could perform amazing trick. It could perform. We have any perform there? No. It could. So we could probably put another word. We could put perform, and that would be an action verb, right? Or because appear would not fit so nicely. That would not fit so good. Appear. So we could use perform there. So the magician performs The magician performs, and you notice I have the S on it because it's one magician I'm speaking about. When the S is on the verb, when the S is on the action verb, especially, well, when the S is on the verb, or especially the action verb, it is one. Then the next one, number 4. She is very intelligent. So this would be is, and this is a linking verb. That's a linking verb. And the last one, we can play football, and this is the link. This would be a helping verb. So let's go it again. I am, linking verb. They are studying, helping verb, helping the word studying. The magician performs, action. She is very intelligent. This is a linking verb. We can play football in the park. If you've gotten all of those right, correct. If you got all of those correct, great job. Great job. Third activity. Third activity is, this one is a multiple choice activity. Choose the correct verb type. She is happy. Full stop again. You have action, linking, and this is helping. Action, let me write it a little bigger so that you can see action, linking, L, and this one, H. Action, linking, helping. This is, which one would be underlined? This one is linking, so you can see it. This is number 1. Number 2 now. They have played football. And the verb we are focusing on is have. So you have action, linking, and helping. Which one? And that one is helping verb. They have played football. They. So this one is a helping verb. Next one. 3. He runs fast. And you have a choice again. Action, linking, helping. What's your answer? And the verb is runs. One person runs. Sam runs. Marlon runs. Mark runs. Mark and Marlon run. Right, okay, so he runs fast, so this one is an action. Number 4. The cake smells delicious. The cake smells delicious. Full stop. The cake smells delicious. One cake you're talking about. So whenever you see an S on the verb, it means that it is one, the subject one. Now this one, this is the verb here. Is it an action verb, a linking verb, or a helping verb? Smell here is a linking verb. Number 5. All right. She can dance there beautifully. And the focus verb is can. Is can an action verb, a linking verb, or a helping verb? It is a helping verb because it is helping dance. A main comes before. So this one is, it is helping. It's a helping verb. All right. Okay, next one. The cat jumped. The cat jumped onto the table. And the word, the verb that we are focusing on is jumped. Is jumped an action word? And you notice I say an action because the an, when the word, one of the definite, indefinite article, one of the indefinite article, I say an action. The cat, I leave out cat here. The cat jumped onto the table, and I'm focusing on jumped. Is that a helping verb or a linking verb or an action? And this one is action. All right. Okay, next one, number 7. And this one, he seems tired after the game. He seems tired after the game. Full stop. What is the verb in that sentence? What is the verb in that sentence? He seems tired after the game. What is a verb in that sentence? That is seems. The next question is it a linking verb, a helping verb, or an action verb? And this seems tired, this is a linking. Okay, the last one, that's 8. We are finishing our homework. We are finishing our homework. We are finishing our homework. And what is the verb in that sentence? We're looking at helping verb, action verb, linking verb. So tell me, is it an action verb, a linking verb, or a helping verb? And if you say helping, you are correct. So R is a helping. All right, so let's go it again. There are 3 types of verbs. Verbs are the engines in sentences. Every sentence must have verbs. Every sentence, let me put it this way, every sentence should include a verb. Every sentence should include a verb. Verbs are of 3 types. Action, linking, and helping. Now the action verbs are things that you can see action, you can see movement. However, as I said, you can be thinking. That's actually an action verb, but you don't see it, it's mental. Then the linking one, they link the parts of the sentence, the first part of the sentence to the last part of the sentence, so they link them. Now, linking verb and helping verb can be the same verbs. They can be the same they can be same is, was, and were, but they function different. Their functions are different. The function of the I am working in the garden. I am working. Am here would be a helping verb. But if I said I am tired, I am tired, or I am at home. I am at home. Then if I say I am at home, is a linking verb. But if I say, I was working in the garden, the was now is a helping verb. So although they are the same, you find the am, the is, the as, the same, the same words that are for the linking are for the helping, but the functions are different. So we have looked at these three types of verbs, and I'm going to extend a little bit more I'm going to break out a little more on the action verb. So I'm going to clean up all of this, and I'm going to be spending a little time now on the action verbs and the importance of action verbs. Now, action verbs, they're the one that makes your story interesting. These are the ones that give life to your stories, make your stories come alive, and you're able to paint a beautiful picture of your stories. Action verb. And so, you know, when you go on these on the internet and you find a story and you read it, most times they are lacking in verbs, because and sometimes these stories are flat, because verbs are words that you have to think about and you have to fit them in. And so it is important that you learn how to use action words in writing your stories so that they can be, fun for your readers. If not, if we don't have many verbs, they can become flat. All right. And as I speak about flat, as we go on with story writing, we're going to be looking at some characters. They are flat if they change, and we're going to be doing quite a bit of writing. All right. Now, we're going to be looking at action verb. We call that we have action verb. Let me write. There are two types of action verbs. There are two types of action verbs. We have weak verbs and we have strong or powerful verbs. So I'm speaking about action verbs now. All right? Let us talk about the weak one. The weak ones are general. We just use them every day. Right? General, like go, walk, see. All of these easy. Say, make. These are the words that we use every day. So we have two types of action verbs. We have weak action verbs and we have strong action verbs. Then we have, and these are general. These are specific verbs, strong specific verbs, right? They convey a whole lot of action. In writing we have something that you call show, don't tell. These show, they are vivid actions. You can see vivid action. And this is where you say show, don't tell. In writing you have something that is called show, don't tell. When you show somebody, tell Mary. Okay, let me not call Mary too many times I call Mary. Peter was angry. Peter was angry. That is telling you something about Peter. But if I say Peter threw down his bag on the floor, stamped his feet, and stomp his feet, threw his bag on the floor, slammed the door, and dashed across the road. That is action. That is showing, not telling. And that's how we want to write. We want to write showing, not telling. So a strong verb is specific, a vivid action words, vivid action words that clearly that clearly show how something happened. So these are words that convey, they are better, something happens. These are better words to use, better verbs. So they will, why would we want to use better verbs? Why would we want to use these strong verbs? They make our writing becomes clearer, vivid, more interesting to read. They show a lot of emotions. They cut down on the amount of adjectives they would use. They make sentence more powerful, and the reader can see the action. And readers love action. Don't you love to read books that is the action in? And it helps readers to imagine the action. All right, so I'm going to write a sentence on the board. Hope I can clean that. So we're looking at strong verbs, strong action verbs, two types of action verbs. You have weak action verbs and strong action verbs. The ones that are weak, we say them all the time. Make, walk, there's no emotion in them. Say, write, see, eat, all these are just weak verbs, no action. If I say, Mary eats, no Mary again. Tom eats his dinner. That's just ordinary. But if I say he gobbled up the dinner, then you get a better picture of how we ate the dinner. All right? So I'm going to clean this off the board. Tom ate the dinner. Tom gobbled the dinner. So we're looking at the two types of action verbs. Two types of action verbs. Weak action verbs, strong action verbs. She walked into the room angrily. She walked into the room angrily. Angrily. Walked. How could we replace that word walked with a strong verb? All right? So she stormed into the room. So I don't need to use the angrily again. So it cuts down on the writing. It cuts down, storm into the room. You can imagine. She, Millicent, Karen, stormed into the room. I don't have to tell you angrily, because based on the verb, the strong verb that is used, you know that the person would have been angry, how they storm in the room. So let's do another one. Next one, he said the answer softly. Full stop. He said the answer softly. Oh, what could I replace? How could I replace that said? So I could take off the ly. I don't need an adverb there. And by the way, in writing we don't use a lot of adverb. We try not to use too many adverbs. They don't help our writing. He whispered. He whispered the answer. Whispered the answer. He whispered the answer. So you get the picture right away. He said the answer softly. So when you write and you use strong verbs, you less writing, more forceful the language, more the imagination is awakened. Okay, next one. The dog ran across the street. We look for the verb. How could we put this one? Instead of saying the dog ran across the street, we could say the dog sprinted across the street or across the yard. Sprinted. Okay, next one. He looked at him. He looked at him. How could we replace look? Look could be glared or gazed. Could be gaze or glare. Next one. They went up the hill. Write it. Let me write it on the board. They went up the hill. How could we replace the word went? How could we replace the word went, which is a weak verb? A weak verb. They went up the hill. How could I make that sentence better? Write a better verb. How could they scrambled up the hill? That's a better one. Vivid, it's clearer. They scrambled up the hill. The next one, the baby cried loudly. How could we replace cried? We could wailed. All right? Or the baby hollered. Hollered. Like somebody beating that child, flogging that child. Okay. We're going to do one more activity. And then the next time we will pick up on, we'll continue on strong verb for a little while longer. So next Monday, we'll be continuing with verbs. And we'll be doing verbs for a little longer. We'll be looking at verb tense, verbs, present, past, and future. So we'll be looking at verb tense. We'll finish up strong verbs, and then we'll go on to verb tense on Monday next week. But on Wednesday, we're going to pick up on the writing aspect, the creative writing, and we'll be starting with our sentences. So the last activity in terms of strong verbs, walk. I'm going to give it weak verbs. Weak verbs. And you're going to give me some strong verbs over here. I am not hearing you, but you're hearing yourself. Strong verbs. Walk. Could I have like 3 verbs, strong verbs? Could be stroll. Then you could probably have walk, could be stride. Can you think of another one that we could use for walk? And then you could have trudge, Trudge. Maybe you could have another one. Is it amber? I think it's amber. Then you could probably have stroll, stride, trudge. And you can think, add more to the list. Add more to the list. Run now. 3 verbs that could replace, 3 strong verbs that could replace run. Could have sprint, dash, and one more, bolt. Those are 3, but you can find others. So I want you to, your homework, your assignment is to find strong verbs, find the weak verbs, and replace them with strong verbs. All right. This one, eat. Instead of saying eat, you could say devour. Kelvin devoured his meal. He was hungry and he devoured his meal. Devoured. So we get the idea that it's quick. Nimble. I mean, take a little time. And you could have gobble. So these are better verbs. What about sit? Can we find 3 words for sit? You could slump, perch, and you can always think of others. Settle. All right, 2 more. Cry. And it could be sob, hollow. Next one, wail. All right, so we can, okay, throw. Instead of saying throw, you could say you hurl, then fling, then launch. All right. Now, these are just examples of strong verbs. So when you have a weak verb, so when you use strong verbs in your sentences, you cut down on using helping verb. The was and the were, and she was walking, and they were singing, and they were talking, and they had a picnic. So, instead of saying this helping verb, using a whole lot of helping verb, you could replace some of these helping verbs with strong verbs. So before I take my leave, I'm just going to revise what we have done this evening. This evening, we have been looking at verbs. Verbs, saying that the verbs, they are the engines of sentences. They are the engines of sentences. All verbs, all sentences should have verbs for it to make sense. If you don't have verbs, then that's a fragment, right? Fragmented sentence. That's not a sentence that makes sense. A sentence is a group of words that make sense. Without the verb, it doesn't make sense. After dinner, inside the box. If I come to you and say that doesn't make sense, so the verb make all the difference in the world. So we have been looking at 3 types of verbs. The action verbs: walk, jump, skip, run, laugh, talk, cry. All those verbs, we have been looking at them. They are called action verbs. Then we looked at linking verb. I am a boy. I am at the party. I am going to, no, I am at the park. I have many friends. She is my best friend. All these sentences, they are linking verb. They tell you what the rest of the sentence is about. They make the connection. Then we have helping verb. She is walking to school. They are playing a game. We have been to the city. We are going to the city. All of those are helping verbs, helping the main verbs. Then we looked a little keener on the action verbs. We said there are 2 types of action verbs. There are weak action verbs and there are strong action verbs. Weak action verbs, they are dull. They do not enhance your writing. While strong action verbs, they enhance your writing. They make them more interesting, make a reader want to read them, and they're action-packed, and it's just fun to read what you write when they're packed with action verbs. So we have come to the end of our lesson, and I just want to remind us about this book. We are going to be starting the writing on Wednesday, and it would be good if you could get a copy of this book. It marks the right workbook. It's a workbook, and it is building creativity and imagination. This book will help you to think and to write better. There are certain guidelines, there are certain techniques, writing techniques that I have written that would enhance your writing. So it would be good if you get a copy, because on Wednesday we'll be starting the creative writing aspect of English language. Remember to write, to like, to subscribe to Teacher Lawrence. I enjoy teaching English language. It's not about me, it's about you. And I'm hoping that you are learning and that you are telling others about this platform, about this what we offer here, the language for everyone. It is for everyone, whether you're a student or not a native speaker. This is for you. Remember to like, subscribe, and to visit this channel and invite others. At the end of this writing, all this writing period, you will become a better writer. Thank you. Have a good night.